Executive vocabulary, risk-based controls for AI models. Welcome! In this micro lesson, we'll demystify risk controls for AI systems so your teams can build confidently. Good controls help align AI behavior with policy and law, turning high-level principles into everyday guardrails. They reduce the likelihood and impact of harm, from privacy leaks to bad decisions that damage trust. Most importantly, solid controls enable confident, scalable deployment. You can move faster when you know what's monitored, what's prevented, and how you'll respond. Think of controls as seatbelts and airbags for AI. They don't slow you down. They help you drive farther, safely, and at scale. First, some shared language. Risk equals likelihood times impact, how probable something is, multiplied by how bad it would be if it happens. Inherent risk is the risk before any controls. Residual risk is what's left after controls are applied. Your goal is to reduce residual risk to an acceptable level. A control is any measure to treat risk, a policy, process, test, or tool that prevents, detects, or corrects issues. With these terms, you can discuss trade-offs clearly and prioritize actions that actually change the risk profile. Controls come in three useful flavors. Preventive controls stop issues up front. Think role-based access, input validation, safety filters, or approval workflows. Detective controls find issues fast. Automated monitoring, alerting, human review queues, and audit logs that spotlight anomalies. Corrective controls fix and recover quickly when something slips through. Rollbacks, hotfixes, model switches, and post-incident playbooks. A healthy AI program blends all three, so you're not relying on any single line of defense. Start by mapping controls to top risks: privacy, bias, misuse, downtime, so every control has a clear purpose. Right size by risk level. Critical use cases get stricter approvals, tighter monitoring, and more frequent testing. Low-risk ones get lightweight checks. Then layer controls for defense in depth. Combine preventative guardrails, detective monitoring, and corrective playbooks. This layering reduces single points of failure and gives teams time to respond before small issues become major incidents. Let's make it concrete. Data risks. PII leaks right-pointing arrow, use redaction, data minimization, and access controls to limit exposure. Model risks. Bias right-pointing arrow run dataset audits, fairness tests, and challenge sets to verify performance across groups. Escalate when thresholds fail. Operational risks. Drift right-pointing arrow deploy continuous monitoring, canary releases, and rollback procedures to restore a known good model quickly. Each example pairs a risk with practical controls that prevent, detect, and correct issues in production. Two questions matter. Design effectiveness. Is it suitable? Does the control actually address the risk scenario with clear owners, triggers, and thresholds? Operating effectiveness. Is it working? Are teams following it? And does it perform under real conditions? Gather evidence. Logs showing triggers fired, samples of reviewed items, and metrics like false positive rates or time to detect. If you can't produce evidence, assume the control isn't effective yet. Track both leading and lagging indicators. Leading indicators signal future issues, control coverage, test pass rates, and threshold adherence. Lagging indicators show outcomes: incident rates, severity counts, time to detect, and time to recover. Set targets and tolerance ranges so teams know what good looks like. For example, 95% review coverage for sensitive prompts, bias metrics within defined deltas, and rollback within 15 minutes for high-severity events. Here's the bottom line. Tie controls to material risks so every control defends a real business exposure. Measure effectiveness with evidence. Design and operating effectiveness backed by logs, samples, and metrics. Continuously monitor and improve with clear owners, thresholds, and post-incident learnings. Done well, risk controls unlock faster AI adoption, safer customer experiences, and trustworthy scale.